Basically, pencil work is when you make something with pencil and then you add light and shade effects using the pencil so that it looks more natural or more realistic. Okay, so today in this session, I'll be teaching you how to draw an eye, and we will use the light and shade effects, of course. Okay, so let's start. So first we'll draw a ball because we always perceive an eye as a ball. Okay. Let me. Okay, so first we'll draw a ball and we'll cover this ball. Like our eye is in the shape of a ball and there is a covering of skin over it. The white area, the cornea and the cornea that you see, it is actually a big ball like this and it is covered with a layer of skin. Okay, so we'll make this skin layer here. It will be like this. And then here. And now this is the area from where the eye is born. And another one over here. Like this is just a rapid sketch. We'll clear this out, so don't worry. Like here. And then our eyebrows would be like this from here to here. And the eyeball that we will be making, that will be over here. So if you have any questions, you want to ask something, then you can add it in the chat box in the comment section of the YouTube live, and I will answer them. So it's not an issue about that. If you want to ask anything related to art or pencil or anything, you can add it in the chat box. Okay, so here comes our eye. Like this is the rough sketch that we have. Now we will lighten this up and we will fare out our lines. So for this part, I'll be using my kneaded eraser. Like this. And we will just like this. Another line over here, and it goes straight to the eye born part, like from where the eye is born. And then this part. Like this. And this is the, like we have double eyelids, right? We have double layers. So this is the fold, one of the folds. Here it comes like this. If you want to ask anything, you have any questions regarding what I have taught right now, then you can ask it. You can ask. So now we'll make the iris. We'll add details here. So now when I'm done with this portion, now I will start using my shading pencils. So I use Artline shading pencils because I guess these are the best in the market if you want something in budget. Otherwise, there are many others like DOMs and all, but I don't like them. Like they don't give me the kind of gradation that I get in this. Like these are so smooth, and you actually see a difference between 2B, 4B, 6B, and in others I don't see as good difference as in these pencils. So we'll start with our 2B pencil like this, and we'll start shading this part over here. Okay, this is supposed to be really light. Like you don't have to cover up all the, I'll say, the blanks. Mm, you don't have to cover up the white spaces. Just make sure that you are creating texture when you are making this eyes, realistic eyes. Even when you are shading, you are using the texture of the paper. You have to make sure of that. Again, we will lighten this part and we will add it using 6B pencil. I'm using 6B pencil over here. Now like this. Using 2B, I'll blend this area. And then again, using a 4B pencil, I'll create more texture over here. Anyone, any questions, anything you want to ask? Which pencils are recommended? Sravanti ji, I recommend Artline pencils personally because there is like the gradation between 2B, 4B, 6B, 8B, 10B. The grades are really very good. And I'm using a kneaded eraser. It's not a normal eraser. It's like a clay eraser, you can say. It's called kneaded eraser. So anyone, any questions, anything you want to ask, you can add it in the chat box and I'll answer them all. Now using a 2B pencil, I will add these lines. Like when we are working with this eye portion, you need to make sure that you pay special attention to the light and shadow that you are adding in it. Why? Because the light and shadows, they play a major role in our eye. Like using the light and shadows, using the correct light and shadows, you can show almost any expression that you want to show. Okay, for example, you want to show angriness. So apart from the eyebrows, like making the sketch correct, you also need to get your shades right. And getting the shades right, you can do it only by adding correct light and shadow areas, like where it is supposed to be dark, where it is supposed to be light. You need to have good knowledge of that. So okay, let's get back to our work. And I'll just check the comments if you have anything, if you guys are asking anything that you want to ask, anyone, any questions. You can just add it in the comments, simply in the comments, and I'll answer them. Not an issue. Okay, so once again, I'm adding shades over here. Now here it is supposed to be a bit dark, like the difference between the skin and like the fold, it should be clearly visible here. So I'll add a bit more here, a bit more realism, a bit more shade. Now we'll start working on the center portion. I'm using 6B over here for this area. Like this. And the eye that I'm making in this one, it is actually an eye of a blonde person. So if the person is blonde, then you cannot make it pure black, or you cannot just take 6B and you can just um, fill it with it. No, you cannot. You need to show the reflection of the things that are near its eye, like this reflection of the things that he or she is able to see with his eyes. Okay, so we will be doing that here. We'll be showing that portion here. I'm showing the reflection of these eyelashes here. And then again, anyone, any questions, anything you want to ask? I hope you guys can see clearly and you can notice how the tones are coming out now. Like just simply using the dark and light tones, we are not doing any hyper realism work, and we are not showing any like skin pores and everything, but still it's looking out a bit natural, right? This is the power of we can say a good tonal work. You can you will not add any realistic things, but it at the same time, without anything like that, it will still look like it's very realistic, very natural. Okay, now I'll add eyelashes over here. Okay. Now we will show the shadow effects, like the shadow of the eyelashes that are here and over here as well. And I will use 2B pencil to blend it with the paper white. Anyone, any questions, anything you want to ask? Now this is the born area and this is supposed to be a bit dark. Like here, for example, and in this area, and that's it. Now we will add some shadow over here because the skin is covering it. So we need to show that in our work also. It should look like, yeah, the skin is covering it, this portion. And this portion should not have a sharp lines. We don't have lines in nature. If you have noticed, we just have light and shades. And so when we are making realistic work, we also need to keep in mind that thing, that when we are making something, it should have light and shade effects and not outlines. The object should not have outlines. Okay, this lower line, it needs to be made a little bit light. Okay. Now we again add some shadows under the eye. As you know, that if you look at your eye in a mirror, if you look at it, you will see that there are some folds in the skin. So that is the fold that I'm trying to show here, trying to replicate and imitate here. And this portion is supposed to be dark. In this. Okay. Now using my kneaded eraser, I will just lighten this up because it looks way more unnatural. And I want to show that, okay, it is just a part of glimpse of a skin that we are showing in this particular area. Okay, anyone, any questions, anything you want to ask? Can you share your arts after the session if you have them handy? Yes, I can share your work. I can show you my work. Shravanti ji. Are you still there in the session? I actually forgot to look at the comments. Like it was, set on the mode of top charts. And in top charts, they don't show all your comments. So I just switched it to live charts. I hope you are still there. If you're there, write hi in the chat box so that I know. And only then I'll show you my work. Otherwise, I won't. I will keep them handy for the next session. Otherwise, do you guys want to see my work? Like, what do you want? Okay. Now, like this. Now this area is supposed to be light. Now from here it is supposed to be light. Like this. Okay, now we will darken this area. Now I will soften the edges over here, like soften the highlight that is here. And now we'll start adding the eyebrows. Anyone, any questions, anything you want to ask? With a sharp pencil, I'll start adding these lines. Okay, and that is it. We are done. Okay, now I can show you my work. I can show you my work through my laptop. That will be like better for me. Because I have painted so many things and um, it's easier for me to show it to you through a laptop. Because otherwise I have to find them. Like my works are not kept in one place. Some are in the sketchbooks, some are kept in different envelopes. They are not in one place, in short. I can show you my work. Just a minute. Okay, anyone, any questions, anything you want to ask? If you have any questions, then you can add it in the chat box. I will see to it. Okay. So these are my works. I hope you guys can see. I have made watercolor portraits. I've just started with watercolor portraits. Like concepts are there in my mind, but I haven't painted. Like I have painted 2 watercolor works, but not many. And these are bookmarks. And then ink work, I also do miniature. I can take up miniature painting also if you guys want me to teach you that. Then I also make abstract paintings, abstract bookmarks. Then this was the um, like loose. This one I taught in the session only. I taught the bookmark on the same pattern, a similar pattern in the session itself. You can watch the recording in the, like if you visit that Pankhuri channel, AskPankhuri channel, there is a tab for live. There you can see bookmark in watercolor. There you can find this pattern. I taught how to make a bookmark using this pattern. Then I also do loose florals and watercolor paintings. This one I painted in around January and February, and I forgot to post, so I posted it right now. Again, more loose florals. Then I also do portraits. If you want me to teach you that, I can teach you that also, but it will obviously will not be in like one session. I cannot teach you portrait in one half an hour session. It will take 4 to 5 sessions for sure, because this is like I actually made a couple's portrait, and that took me 3 to 4 days. It was A3 size. It was a bigger size also. And this one again, I take commissions for these works. These are all my commissions, portrait ones. I also do antique study, and again, gouache painting, typography, soft pastel work. This was abstract bookmark. I will teach this bookmark also in the upcoming session. I don't know what session is on 6th of June, but do join me in that session. And you can also check out the upcoming sessions that are here on Pankhuri. They are like teaching almost everything from soap making to like almost everything they are teaching. So you should definitely follow Pankhuri. You should definitely subscribe Pankhuri, because a lot of good things are yet to come here. So and whenever there is a bookmark painting session or making bookmarks, just understand that this is what I am going to teach in my next session. These aren't loading. This was from an office character. This was when I was still learning portraits. You can see the lines. Now you can, but like in this one. This was Taylor Swift, and this portrait also. You can see it is more realistic, more like better than my first work. And this one is pop art. This one was a commission painting for Christmas. And this is again, I taught it was last year when I was practicing eyes. And I taught you eyes today also. These are again typography. And this is again pencil work. This is what I did with the like digital work. I added lights. I can show you this work. This is in my sketchbook only. This Elsa one. See, this is the original work. And I added lights using Creta app. That app allows me to show I can add what to say. I can add light effects. I can just dim the image and I add light. Like it looks like the light is coming from this side and it is falling on certain areas of the human figure. Karina, we are using Artline pencil. I was using Artline pencils. Like if you are from India, I don't know if you're from India, but if you are from India, then you can find Artline pencils here. Artline pencils are the best, to be honest, in budget. And if you are from like outside India, then I can recommend you Staedlers. Staedlers are really good. If you can find that cost effective, then it is really good that if you can go for Staedlers. They are actually they are very soft and I mean, this is the second best and the best one is Staedler. Please stage portraits. Okay, Sravanti ji, I will try to take up portraits if Pankhuri can allow me, because this will not be in like one day. It will not be a one day session, right? Thank you, Sravanti ji. Anything else you guys want to ask? Anything? What pencils are recommended? Okay, I answered that. I can show you more of my works. Now, these are all the works that I did last year. This is customized bookmark. I made this one for my friend, like to gift it to her. It is based on the book Ikigai. Then again, ink work or pen work, it is more or less the same thing. I made this using dot pen because my ink pen was actually, I left it open for overnight and the ink dried on the nib and now it's not working. It pains. It's really very painful. Then this was doodle art. I learned it from my mother and I made it. It was a commission piece for a school kid. You can check doodle sessions also. They are coming up, like they are on, I guess, on 5th of June. You can check out doodle session. It's going to be really amazing. Then this watercolor landscape again. This is calligraphy. I teach three types of calligraphy. So this is one of them. This is similar to adapted from an Edwardian script. Yeah. Okay, so anyone, any questions, anything you want to ask? No questions? Great stuff. Thank you. Then Karina, go for outline pencils. Okay, they are the best. Ma'am, please teach calligraphy. Actually, I don't take calligraphy here, Priyanka ji. I take calligraphy on this. Nida is taking calligraphy, so you can see her session. Otherwise, you can reach out to me also if you want to learn calligraphy. Okay. You can reach out to me. You can DM me or details or anything like that. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Bye bye. Take care.